Oh, okay. And okay. Reminder again. The first class, I'm here, and the second class, my colleague, Dr. Brian Lee, will come here to teach, and our director, Dr. Yuda, will come here too. And here, most Taiwanese celebrate Christmas, but not based on our religion, just the atmosphere. I believe it's a business model. It's a business. I respect all religions in the world. I respect, but I just want to explain that. I just guess maybe more than 70% Taiwanese, their religion is not in God or Jesus, in God or Jesus. So I don't know why. Okay, and I just sent the. Sorry, I forgot to change the name. I just sent a link, and please fill it and response very. Sorry, it should be here. I just gave you the website about today's collaboration Google Office. And today's topic, please share information about your country. What kind of business they need to conduct a simulated recall or market recall. As I mentioned in the line group, what is simulated recall? Or in the US, we call it market recall. Mark is simulation. For example, I joined a mock test, a mock exam of TOEIC. That is not real. This is simulated to the real test, real exams. And many businesses, they are asked to conduct market recalls annually. So please search for information about businesses in your country, what kind of situation or what kind of scale. I mean, when the capital of the company is over in Taiwan, 300 million, 30 millions new Taiwan dollars, they need to conduct market recall every year. Or even your company is less than 30 millions of the capital. But if you want to have business with Costco, with McDonald's, and some US-style businesses, you need to conduct a market recall every year. That's the rules. It's not the regulations or laws, but it's the rules. Unless you don't want to have business, you don't want to have earning money from those business. Okay, so but just search it and show you information here. And yes, I mentioned today we are going to share the information about this. Yes, and here, let me check it. And again, and next month we plan to publish this guideline. A junior student, third year in the college in my department, Department of Nutrition and Health Sciences. We did a translation 1 year ago, and we plan to publish this book. We organized everything in one book, including the introduction, and we compare the regulations from Taiwan and New Zealand, and we'll publish it as a book. And sure, we have no plan to sell the book to earn money because as I mentioned, it's a kind of public services. Okay, let's start from here. Okay. And first of all, I need to say sorry for non-Mandarin readers because we did a translation into Taiwanese Mandarin, but in other angle of view. No matter you from South area, from North area of Japan, of Korea, or somewhere, or from Africa, you can translate into your language. And we did the demonstration. My student and I, we did a demonstration. And for example, Miss Zhang from Thailand, and you can do the translation from here into your language in Thailand or Vietnam, the language you are familiar with. And okay, let me start here. And last week I explained the recall guidance from New Zealand Food Safety, and this week I want to explain this simulated recall. Again, in the US, it's called market recall. Market recall for businesses. And what is a simulated recall? What is a simulated recall? A simulated recall or market recall tested the effectiveness. Okay, here. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Test the effectiveness of your traceability. Traceability, it means you can find the track of your goods or your materials from your upstream business or your product, your customers. That is called the traceability and recall procedures. And it involves developing a scenario, carrying out your scenario in a similar way to a genuine food recall. Then reviewing how effective it was to identify any area for improvement. Okay, so it's very simple, but that is from New Zealand. You may ask, why did my student and $1 translate this document and the other document I showed previously? Because in Taiwan, I know, in Taiwan, very few documents are available about this field, And the other field, for example, about HACCP, HACCP, and you can find tons of documents from English website or from Taiwanese website. That's okay. But about the food recall guidance, I can say that almost zero. And about last year, last April, the student, Miss Hong, she has two kids. And she said, I want to join your team to do the translation. Oh, sure, absolutely, you are welcome. And it's hard work. And last year we finished the translation, and this year we plan to publish it as a book. What's the benefit? What's the advantage? What? Why do Miss Hong and I translate it? And why do we publish it as a book next month? You're right. But you can say that you are the first one. You are the first one in Taiwan. Please restrict the area into Taiwan. Yeah? And what's the benefit or what's the advantage? We can be the first one to publish this kind of document or book. Actually, any benefits or any advantages? Okay, just very simple. We will become famous. And my policy is very simple. as long as we are famous, we can do more things, including earning more money. I'm live streaming now. I shouldn't say something about money, but you are the background of business. You major in business and economics. Thus, I'm not feel guilty that I can explain it. Okay, again, as long as we are the first group who published the similar guideline of recall in Taiwan, we can be very famous. We can be very famous. And besides that, I also plan to share this information to a forum established in UK. Okay, then come here. A simulated recall is a bit like an emergency evacuation drill. Drill is the term is weird. As a Taiwanese, when I was a PhD student in the U.S., the old ladies' neighborhoods, they really loved me because I cleaned the snow in our community. Because Americans, they had to clean the snow, to plow the snow. But I enjoy it because I think after I come back to Taiwan, I need to spend my money to go to high mountains and to play the snow and to clean the snow or to plow the snow or something like that. But that was my last winter, the early in 2007. And a lady called, "Oh, you are so nice. If you need a company, please let me know." So I just told this story to my students last week. What is company? Company, there are at least three meanings. The first one is an organization, we call it company. And it also a unit in a military, in the army. It's called a company. And the third one is you need a partner, you need a friend. That is company. So my students, they say, wow, how can we understand those meanings in a term company? So I don't know. My poor English, but I was studying very hard, try to memorize all meanings in this term. Okay, and the older lady said, "You are so nice. If you need a company, please let me know." But we are neighborhoods. Okay, let's come back here. And drill also has different meanings, but here we just use the meaning. It's a plan to do some simulated plan. For example, emergency in fire, the kind of drill, or car accident, the kind of drill. Okay, and it can help to improve capability to make a real recall quicker and more effective. Support everyone involved so they are clear on their roles and responsibilities and know what to expect the real recall. That's the real recall. And identify any gaps of areas for improvement in your procedures and demonstrate the importance of good traceability, record keeping to step. Thus, but honestly, I have audited some business in Taiwan. This part, they did not do a good job. Okay. And a successful simulated recall scenario should result in either the first one, consumer level simulated recall, which involves simulating the process for removing affected product. Because last week there are some scenarios. One of the scenario is the spaghetti contaminated with glass or plastics, and they need to recall. And they file their plan to the New Zealand food safety, and the food safety approved their plan. They can start to recall it. Okay. It's a simulated process for removing affected products. And another case is their product is contaminated by listeria, the pathogen, the lethal pathogen. And they made a plan and filed a plan, and the plan got approved by New Zealand Food Safety. They can start to recall the product. Okay. And second, the trailer level simulated recall, which involves simulating the process of removing affected product from the food supply chain. And generally speaking, the first one, trailer level, it implies the product may not reach the consumers. It's okay. If the product reach consumers, it can be a trouble. It means consumers may eat or already eaten the products. It can be a trouble. Okay. Who should be involved in a simulated recall? You should aim to involve everyone in your simulated recall who will be involved in a real recall. It's kind of English sentences. Okay. The people in a real recall should be involved in the simulated recall. Okay. Then this means senior staff responsible for marketing decision as well as staff involved with operation, marketing and communication, and sales and distribution. Okay. And how often should I carry out a simulated recall? Okay. According to the regulation in New Zealand, at least every 12 months. That is the regulations from New Zealand. But if you know, there is a term called GFSI, Global Food Safety Initiative. It's a big organization, and the organization did a lot of recognition conditions. For example, the most famous like FSSC 22,000, and in the US SQF, or in British, BRC, that kind of certifications, they already got a recognition from GFSI. And the rules are companies need to run the simulated recall at least 12 months, or we can call it annually, once annually. Okay. And recommended simulated recall steps similar to as 7 steps we saw last week. Step 1, develop a scenario. Pick a problem, develop a backstory, prepare supporting information. Second step, walk through your scenario. Investigate, inform, assess, check, communicate, and audit. Yeah, similar to the 7 steps as we explained last week. The first one, develop scenario. It's best practice to base your scenario on something that could really happen in your business. For example, if you are selling ice cream and it's impossible something about the seafood. If you are selling, your product is salad and fresh fruit or vegetables, it's impossible to get a frozen product. Thus, different product has different situation. And to design a new scenario for each simulated recall, to design your scenario to reflect a worst case. It means maybe somebody can be dead in that scenario. Okay, for your business, and to design it as a consumer level recall, and for a different person or team to develop simulated recall scenario to the person carry out the simulated recall. Okay, again, for a different person to develop a simulated recall and another group of person, they conduct a recall. Can you understand it? Can you understand it? Different group of people who did a different job. And for example, if I design the scenario for simulated recall, I cannot conduct it. But the other team, the other group can do it. And it's my duty this year, this is my duty to conduct a simulated recall. And the supervisor will ask a different group to establish a recall plan. Then I can do it, but I'm not the person who will establish the plan. Is it okay? Pick up problem, okay. Then identify how simulated problem was identified or reported by who or whom, when. Example can be included a complaint from a consumer, a complaint from a trade consumer, a detect of a hazard of following test, notification from a supplier, a detect of illness in the community reported via New Zealand Food Safety, or notification from an importer for foreign regulations. Because in the previous days, I remember some chemical contaminated with some food, and some food was contaminated with some chemicals, and Taiwan government, Taiwan FDA got a notification from Europe, and they check the import and output situation and ask some company who already imports products from Europe, from certain countries, from certain products, they need to recall their product because those product has been contaminated with chemicals. Okay. Then identify what caused the problem and when. Example, packaging, labeling, ingredients, raw materials, equipment, staff, environment, or water. Maybe water, for example, previous days about April this year, the berries sold in Costco was found with hepatitis A, the virus that may cause hepatitis A in human body. Actually, I never got any shot, any vaccine from hepatitis A. But after the health exam, I found that my body has an antibody to hepatitis A, the virus. It means in the past years, I don't know. I got infected with the hepatitis A virus because only in sanitation condition, not a good. You are very young and you are okay because you are healthy. But when I was a child, the sanitation condition in Taiwan was not good. So I got natural immune by the virus. That is from the water. Okay, let me have a 30-second break. Let me check any person response to the. Okay. Sorry, let me check the. Yep, any problem? So? Sure. I have endless work and endless tasks. So please let me know. Do you want to discuss about the Rotary Club project? Okay. Let me. Okay. So far, no one responses this. If you can do that, we still have 10 minutes to go. So please let me know. Because sorry, I'm just hosting the first class, but the second class will be hosted by my colleague, Brian. And sorry, let me explain something very strange. In Taiwan, it's a Asia style polite. We call the professor or the teacher just teacher. But in the US, we just call the name of the teacher, the first name of the teacher. For example, when in the beginning I call my advisor. Sorry, let me show you. Just 1 minute. Let me show you that. Oh, worldwide wait. Okay. This gentleman. This gentleman is my advisor when I was actually he is very tall. He's very tall, but I just on upper step of the stair, so it look we have the same height. Actually, it look like this. In the beginning, I called, Dr. Henneklin, I have a question. Can I report my research progress to you? Sorry, not today. But later, I found all members call him Thomas. Thus, I try to call him, hi Thomas, I have new discovery. Do you want to hear that? Sure. Actually, just tell you that in the US, we need to be active. We are driven to do something. And I'm proud to say that I have never been asked to do a report by my supervisor. Because I'm very driven. Okay. So in the future, it just if we follow the US style, just call me $1 during the class. Okay. And next topic is prepare supporting information. Prepare information to release to the person or team carrying out the simulatory code. For example, simulatory communication, like an email, informing them about the problem at the start of the simulatory code. Dear ABC company, we are regretting to contact you because our product, it seems that our product is contaminated with glass debris, and we are going to recall it, and the lot number of the product is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 7, 6, 8, 9, and please find those products and hold the products. We will recycle those products very soon. Similar email like this. Simulated communication from a lab with test result to provide them during their investigation into the simulated report, and simulated communication from supplier to provide them during the investigation into the simulated report. For example, I'm a processor, I'm a further processing plan, but it's not our fault. But we use the raw materials. The materials has problems. For example, with a toxic compound, for example, aflatoxin. Aflatoxin is a toxin from mold, from fungi. That is very common in humid and warm countries. And in Taiwan, for example, the corn, the rice, the peanuts, if those products cannot be stored very well, it's easy to get contaminated with the aspergillus, and it can produce aflatoxin. That is mycotoxins, not Michael Jackson, sorry. Mycotoxins, it can be harmful for human kidney and liver, okay? And examples for simulating recall scenarios and supporting information. And here are some situations you can pick up. For example, if we conduct a simulated recall with the undeclared allergen, the scenario of undeclared allergen, and again, in the US, there are two organizations, there are two sectors. The first one is USDA, the second is FDA. For USDA, the allergen problem is the second reason to conduct a recall. But in the Canada, in New Zealand and Australia, the undeclared allergen is the top one reason to cause the food recall. Thus, when we carry out a simulated recall, the undeclared allergen is the top one topic we can select. And here is the simulated correspondence with NZFS to email them the problem, and simulated correspondence with lab, email with the test result. Dear Mr. Zhang, we examined your samples and we found the allergy from your product. However, you did not label the allergy on the packaging. Thus, you had better to recall them. Okay, I got it. And here is the situation. For example, the allergen was peanut. And a simulated sales or distribution records. And similar to previous document, the second topic is foreign matters. A consumer found foreign matter in your product. A consumer complained directly to your business about your product. Okay. And the third one is biological hazard. And chemical hazard. For example, multi reports about illness, your product is suspected. It didn't say confirmed, it says suspected. But as precautionary action, business had better to have a recall action. Okay. Sorry. We are going to run out of the time. I think I can stop